Welcome back to Nano Review. For decades, the AR-15 has been widely regarded as America's default platform for home defense. But that paradigm is shifting. This change isn't driven by politics, it's driven by pure technological advancement. Here in 2026, modern shotguns have evolved into highly specialized precision platforms. They now offer a compelling combination of undeniable stopping power, cleaner legal defensibility, and a level of close-quarters tactical flexibility that frequently outclasses traditional rifles. While the broader industry remains heavily focused on pushing AR sales, our independent testing reveals a very different reality for the modern homeowner. Today, we are breaking down the platforms leading this transition. Our number one pick is so unconventional that it's currently flying completely under the radar of most traditional shooters. Let's dive into the review.
Number 5. The Mossberg 590 RM Chisel, the pump action that refuses to die. Pump-action shotguns are supposed to be outdated, right? Relics of a bygone era replaced by high-tech, gas-operated semi-autos. If you actually believe that, you haven't been paying attention to the tactical evolution happening in 2026. This is insane, but it's 100% real. The Mossberg 590 RM Chisel is definitive proof that pump guns didn't die. They just evolved. Let's get to work. From a purely mechanical standpoint, Mossberg didn't just bolt a new tactical stock onto a legacy action and call it a day. They completely re-engineered the platform's geometry. The defining feature of the RM series is the radically relocated magazine tube, which now runs directly alongside the barrel instead of underneath it. This structural shift drastically drops the bore axis.
Internally, the mechanics have been overhauled for raw speed. The tolerances are refined. The rails are meticulously polished. The pump stroke itself has been shortened. Finally, the gun sits in a minimalist chisel chassis, featuring a true vertical grip designed specifically to alter the shooter's biomechanics. Specs on paper are one thing, but how this gun translates that engineering into kinetic energy is dramatic. Subjectively, the chisel stock is an absolute revelation. Traditional tactical pistol grips often destroy your wrist angle, but this vertical grip forces proper hand placement. Because your arm is kept perfectly in line with the bore, the recoil doesn't violently rotate the muzzle upward, it transfers straight back into your shoulder. Combined with the lowered bore axis from the side-mounted magazine tube, the reduction in muzzle flip is shocking. The gun shoots incredibly flat. The recoil impulse feels notably softer. Follow-up shots are blindingly fast. You rack that slick pump mechanism once, and you instantly know this isn't your grandfather's 590. You can run this manual repeater as fast as most semi-autos, and because it doesn't rely on gas systems or springs, it simply will not jam. Here is the rifle argument, and my personal verdict. An AR-15 is a machine, and under stress, machines break. Rifles require training, maintenance, perfect conditions to run efficiently. The Mossberg 590 RM Chisel is a manual repeater built for the apocalypse. Whether you're in sub-zero temperatures, sandy environments, or pulling it out after years of storage, this gun will function, period. Coming in at an MSRP of around $1,330 to $1,450, depending on your specific model and dealer, it is undeniably a premium price tag for a pump-action shotgun. But you aren't paying for extra moving parts. You're paying for guaranteed reliability. Who is this for? If you choose the 590 RM Chisel, you're a survivalist. You trust mechanics over electronics. You value simplicity over complexity. And you know that in a life or death scenario, a gun that fires every single time is the only one that matters. Number 4. The Benelli M4 EXT, the Italian benchmark of battlefield reliability. The AR-15's reign as America's default home defense weapon is coming to an end, and it's not because of politics. It's because modern shotguns have evolved into machines that deliver more stopping power and more tactical flexibility than any rifle platform. When we talk about the pinnacle of tactical shotguns, the Benelli M4 is an absolute legend. The gun at number 1 on our list might make it look slightly outdated, but let's talk about exactly why this Italian powerhouse earned its reputation. We're looking at the Benelli M4 EXT, a gun that has been battlefield validated and trusted by the US Marines. Let's get to work. Under the hood, the M4 EXT operates on the Argo system, a mechanism that has been quite literally tortured by militaries around the world. Unlike single piston systems, the Argo system utilizes 2 pistons. This means heat and carbon buildup are distributed evenly across a wider area. Less stress per component translates directly to a drastically longer lifespan. Every inch of this gun is unapologetically over-engineered. The receiver is solid steel, and the EXT-specific model steps up the tactical capabilities right out of the box. You get a full-capacity 7-round magazine tube, ghost ring sights for rapid target acquisition, a Picatinny rail so you can add optics, lights, lasers, or whatever your specific threat scenario demands. When you pick this shotgun up, the whole gun feels like it was built to survive a tank rolling over it. And honestly, it probably would. On the range, the trigger pull is admittedly heavy, but it is flawlessly consistent. There is no creep, there are no surprises when you break the shot. You know exactly when it's going to fire. Even when you are running full power, 3-inch Magnum breaching or buckshot loads, the recoil is incredibly manageable. The dual-piston gas system eats up a massive amount of the punch, keeping the gun flat and keeping you on target. It's a tactical workhorse that doesn't sacrifice shootability for its rugged durability. Here is where the rifle comparison gets incredibly interesting. An AR-15 is inherently modular, which is great until you realize that means more tiny parts that can break, foul up, and need replacing. The Benelli M4, on the other hand, operates almost like a sealed unit. You clean the barrel, wipe down the bolt, you're done. There are no tiny springs to lose in the dirt or delicate gas rings to constantly replace. It is reliability through absolute simplicity, Italian style. Pricing reflects its elite military pedigree. You're looking at a retail price ranging from $2,299 to $2,599, depending on the specific finish and furniture. It is an undeniably massive investment. If you choose the Benelli M4 EXT, you value heritage. You aren't chasing the newest fad or the cheapest alternative. You know the M4 is the undisputed benchmark of tactical shotguns, and you are willing to invest in the absolute best to dominate the fight. Number 3. The Beretta 1301 LTT, the Ferrari of tactical shotguns. The AR-15's reign as America's default home defense weapon is coming to an end, and it's because of machines like this. If you think modern shotguns can't outpace a rifle, wait until you see the cheater gun that breaks every rule of physics. This isn't just a shotgun, this is the Ferrari. We are talking about the Beretta 1301 LTT. Let's get to work. The Beretta 1301 LTT is a tactical masterpiece, born from a collaboration between Beretta and Langdon Tactical, one of the most respected gunsmithing houses in the world. Ernest Langdon took an already blistering-fast 1301 platform and somehow made it faster. The LTT version features an enhanced loading port that has been meticulously opened up and beveled for competition speed reloads. The bolt release is intentionally oversized. The trigger has been expertly tuned. Every sharp edge has been broken. The tactical package also includes a Nordic Components magazine extension, pushing your capacity to a healthy 7+1, alongside an adjustable stock and highly visible tritium sights. But the real engineering magic lies in Beretta's blink gas system. This proprietary system is engineered to cycle the action in an astonishing 36 milliseconds. When you actually handle this weapon, the fit and finish are absolutely flawless. It doesn't feel like a mere tool. It feels like a precision instrument in your hands. Because the blink system cycles in just 36 milliseconds, it actually operates faster than your brain can physically process the recoil impulse. You pull the trigger, and before you even feel the kick transfer into your shoulder, the next round is already chambered. The follow-up shots are so impossibly fast that untrained observers will genuinely think you are shooting a full-auto weapon.
It provides an exhilarating, overwhelming display of kinetic energy that gives you total dominance in any close quarters engagement. Here is your absolute rifle killer argument. An AR-15 fires exactly one projectile per trigger pull. The 1301 LTT fires 9 pellets of double-aught buck per pull. At 7 yards, those 9 pellets create a devastating wound channel the size of a softball. There is no rifle cartridge on Earth that delivers that level of immediate tissue disruption. You're not just stopping the threat, you're shutting down their entire nervous system instantly.
Perfection comes at a premium. However, depending on your specific optics cuts, customized trigger jobs, and furniture configurations, you can expect an MSRP ranging from $1,823 to $3,137. If you choose this gun, you're an elite operator. You train harder than anyone else on the range, and you demand equipment that seamlessly matches your high-level skill.
Number 2. The Genesis Arms Gen 12, the ultimate tactical crossover. The AR-15's reign as America's default home defense weapon is coming to an end. But what if you didn't have to completely abandon your favorite rifle platform? What if I told you there's a shotgun that actually uses AR-15 parts? Welcome to the Genesis Arms Gen 12, an unholy hybrid that fundamentally changes the way we look at tactical firearms in 2026. Let's get to work. The engineering behind this weapon is brilliantly subversive. It's built on a standard AR lower receiver, which means all of your existing upgraded AR triggers, grips, and stocks will drop right in and work perfectly. The massive difference is that the upper receiver is chambered in 12 gauge. It utilizes a short-stroke gas piston system, meaning it runs significantly cleaner than your traditional direct impingement ARs. Plus, it feeds from detachable box magazines. You can run 5-rounders to stay compliant in states with capacity restrictions, or standard 10-rounders if you live in a free state.
When you run drills with the Gen 12, it feels exactly like the rifle you've spent years mastering, but it delivers the overwhelming stopping power of a shotgun. The recoil impulse is surprisingly soft. The AR buffer system does an incredible job of dampening the blow from heavy 12-gauge shells. The true magic, however, is the pure speed and familiarity. You are combining the manual of arms you are already highly trained on with absolute ballistic superiority. There is no learning curve and no clunky new platform to memorize. You just mount the shotgun upper onto the lower you already know, safety selector and magazine release right where they belong, and you go to work. If you already own an AR-15, you can swap lowers in under a minute, giving you a rifle and a shotgun out of one serialized lower and 2 uppers. In jurisdictions with strict registration requirements, that is a massive, game-changing advantage. It truly is the ultimate crossover weapon. However, this level of premium innovation commands a premium price tag. You can expect a starting MSRP of around $2,889 for the standard 18-inch model, with custom configurations and short-barreled shotgun packages easily pushing well over $4,000.
Number 1. The Beretta 1301 Tactical Mod 2, the ultimate rifle killer. This is it. The reason this list even exists. The AR-15's reign as America's default home defense weapon is coming to a definitive end, and the Beretta 1301 Tactical Mod 2 is the reason why. If you are still clinging to your rifle, you need to pay attention, because the technology of 2026 has officially caught up and left the old standard in the dust. Let's get to work and look at the undisputed number 1. Beretta didn't just guess what the tactical market wanted. They took the already dominant 1301 platform and meticulously refined every single detail based on direct, real-world feedback from law enforcement, military contractors, and competitive shooters. The Mod 2 features aggressively upgraded ergonomics, including an improved Pro-style loading port, an enlarged charging handle, a redesigned, easier-to-hit bolt release. The synthetic stock now features an aggressive rubberized texture that mechanically locks the gun into your shoulder under extreme stress. Out of the box, it is a complete, uncompromising fighting system. You get a full-capacity 7-round magazine tube, a Picatinny rail,
ghost ring sights designed to perfectly co-witness with modern red dot optics. But the true foundation of this weapon remains Beretta's legendary blink gas system, firmly holding its title as the fastest cycling action in the shotgun world. Running the Mod 2 is a masterclass in controlled violence. Despite the blistering speed of the action, the recoil impulse is surprisingly soft, keeping the muzzle flat for rapid follow-up shots. And the trigger pull is remarkably clean.
Beretta clearly built this for professionals who stake their lives on their equipment, and they didn't cut a single corner. The reliability is absolute. On the range, this platform is known to easily run tens of thousands of rounds without a single malfunction. It is a gun that inspires total confidence the second you shoulder it. You can mount a weapon light, bolt on an optic, maintain your backup iron sights, run the gun faster than your brain can process the recoil. Here is exactly why this gun claims the #1 spot and earns the title of rifle killer. In a civilian defense context, an AR-15 famously over-penetrates in apartment buildings, sends rounds zipping through residential walls, and poses a massive risk of collateral damage. The 1301 Tactical Mod 2, when loaded with premium ammo like Federal Flight Control double-aught buck, delivers a brutally tight pattern that dumps 100% of its kinetic energy directly into the threat. 9 pellets, a one-shot stop, no exit wounds, no stray rounds hitting unintended victims. That isn't just superior ballistic performance, that is profound legal and moral superiority.
For the absolute highest tier of tactical performance, you are looking at an MSRP ranging roughly from $1,749 to $2,049, depending on the specific stock and color configurations. If you choose the 1301 Tactical Mod 2, you are not a hobbyist. You are a protector. You understand that devastating stopping power, overwhelming speed, and civilian responsibility are not mutually exclusive. And there you have it, 5 platforms that prove the traditional rifle's dominance in home defense is facing serious competition. As we've seen, the engineering in 2026 has fundamentally shifted the landscape. These modern shotguns cycle faster, deliver unparalleled terminal ballistics, and offer a level of legal defensibility that is hard to ignore. The days of writing off the shotgun as an outdated legacy platform are officially behind us. Now, we turn it over to you. Do you agree with our #1 pick? Or do you believe the AR-15 still holds the ultimate top spot? Let's get a discussion going in the comments. Let us know which platform you think we underrated, which one we overrated, and what's next on your acquisition list. Also, for the technical experts in the audience who caught that gas piston detail we broke down earlier, we always welcome your insights and corrections down below. Thanks for watching Nano Review. Stay safe, stay sharp, and we'll see you in the next one.